Richard was eating a cheap corn cob when he got a great business idea. His son was repeatedly making noises while eating the hot corn cob, but still kept saying, "I like this hot taste." Richard understood that people around him were crazy about spicy things. He decided that he would make hot chips and become a millionaire one day. He bought a lot of packets of chips. Seeing this, his wife got worried. How would she manage the rent and ration this month? Everything could be at stake. But instead of giving up, she decided to support Richard again. Now, both of them started buying different kinds of chilies and testing them. But the sauce that was being made had only a burning sensation, no taste. He wanted to capture the same taste that is in roasted corn cob. The R&D department of the company was also working. But Richard believed that the real taste would come only from the chilies and the traditional method. They built machines like rolling drums and found the right combination of chili and chips. Finally, a perfect masala was made. But then came the bad news. Layoffs had started in the factory, and no one was interested in what Richard had to say. One supervisor even said, "You just clean, don't think too much." But Richard did not lose courage. He directly called the CEO of the company, who was in Italy at that time. He introduced himself as a cleaning technician and somehow got through. Richard and his wife prepared a sample together and sent it to the CEO. A few days later, the CEO himself reached the factory. The officers were shocked who called him. When it was known that Richard had spoken directly, he was scolded in front of everyone. People said if the CEO did not like the idea, the factory may be closed. Richard's courage wavered. When he went home and told everything, his wife made him stand in front of the mirror and said, "I am still with you because I trust you. Don't underestimate yourself." She taught Richard business, made him write a good speech, and told him how to behave in front of the CEO. But when the CEO came again, Richard was determined that whatever he said, he would say it from his heart. When someone asked, "What is market share?" Richard did not know, but he explained in his own way. The CEO liked his honesty, passion, and wisdom. The CEO immediately decided to invest in that product. Flamin' Hot Chips started being made. But in the beginning, there were no buyers. The packets were gathering dust on the shelf. Richard was sad. Then his son said, "People don't even know what this is. We will have to promote it ourselves." Richard called his old friends who once used to sell shampoo to bald people. Together, they distributed chips in shops, schools, and on the streets to show the crowd. They themselves became customers. Soon, the demand for Flamin' Hot Chips skyrocketed. The CEO called and said, now the target is 5 million boxes. The factory started running day and night. In 6 months, the factory broke all the records till date. Richard's mentor asked, "What have you become now?" Richard smiled and said, "I'm still a cleaner now. I just wanted to repair machines." But one day, when he went to mop an office, the CEO was waiting for him. The CEO said, "I too am from an ordinary family. If I had stopped my dreams, I would not have reached here. It is important to have dreams, and it is even more important to support them." And then the CEO made Richard the marketing director of the company. The entire factory echoed with applause. Richard first called his